schemers, scammers of it. Don Myers.
White Tiger, good morning. It's just us right now. Davia. I wonder if you saw what Tara posted, Davia. You should check that out. Danny, good morning. She was thinking overnight, and when I turned it on, she said, it was Don Myers.
I've been fighting my own damn kids.
Joanne Watson.
I'm pissed. America. There's a lot of people involved in this. I hope it was enjoyable. What? I just hope it was enjoyable for everyone. That they enjoyed this, you know.
Mary, good morning. I have my contacts in instead of my
any of this.
Glasses, so.
I didn't do nothing. All I did was find something wrong. They've been using witchcraft and fucking psychics and bullshit.
Good morning.
And I know who's behind it. It's been going on since I was a child. Joanne Lawson and Don motherfucking Myers. They were the big schemers, scammers of it.
Very.
Don Myers, Donald Myers, and Joanne Lawson. And I want something fucking done to them.
She's been eating. You can see that on her face.
Of it all. It was as a kid. They were scheming and scamming then. That was before I even had children.
I would assume, Davia.
That was before I even had children.
You know her, she's got to slop her face.
Understand? But I see what's going on. I see the big picture. I do.
Lady, you didn't know Don Myers till you had 5 years before you left home.
And I want her locked up today.
Not left home.
I want her locked up for her own damn good. For her own damn good.
No, she doesn't.
And this world can kiss my ass for the manipulation and all its narcissistic fucking bullshit. Trump needs locked up today. No more time. No more time. What is this? This is ludicrousy.
Exactly. You're right, Danny, though. You know?
There's weird shit going on in life. And these motherfuckers aren't going to get away scot-free of fucking doing the nasty shit that they've done.
17?
Do you understand me?
It's like 29
I'm not going to sit out here and freeze to death
Rosalita.
because a bunch of fucking liars. Do you understand me, you motherfuckers? I'm not going to sit here and freeze to death.
That's what's wrong with her. She woke up cold.
Shit, I will not sit here and freeze to death. While these motherfuckers are out there getting paid top dollar to do nothing but lie and manipulate
Just Jay, good morning. Welcome
they can eat
in.
My shit is what they can do. They can eat my shit.
Well, I see old Tara was a little bit perturbed at me yesterday in the comments of her little video. It'll be all right, though. She'll get over it.
Tell me they're going to dance on my fucking grave? Fuck you.
At me and Christine. Oh, well. She'll live. It felt like 13. I think it's 29. It was 29 last time I looked.
That lady needs... If I could get my hands on her. And I've never... But, you know, you do all this shit. You know...
Just like her mama, you're right. Absolutely,
That killed my son needs locked up.
These people need locked up.
Do you understand? You can lie. You guys can lie. You can tell your stories all fucking day long.
That's you.
You can make your shit up.
Storyteller.
Tell your shit that. It's fine with me. But what they've created, they created themselves. And you know what? I hope it all pans out for them. You know
Definitely,
that? I hope it all just pans out like they thought it would. Fucking lie on me. Damn, that's got me mad. And blatantly doing so. Sending me a picture of her going, I'm happy. I'm so happy. I don't Get yourself help, Mom. What are you talking about, girl? Everything I'm saying is true. You know that.
No,
it's
she doesn't.
you. Thank you for pointing out who the fuck it is fucking stabbing me in the back, lying through their teeth on my name. Thank you for pointing it out, little girl. Thank you for showing me.
If anything, she stuck up for you, Tammy. You bum. If anything.
Last text message I got from her on my phone is something I'd
Yep,
done
all
to
for
her
showing money, and that's
ago.
what I said also.
What do you
Lori.
mean long ago? You know... So Joanne Watson, all you meddling motherfucking witchcraft son of a bitches, Penny Marie Taylor, you need your old ass
I agree,
locked up.
White Tiger.
You old nasty whore. Penny Marie Taylor, you need your ass locked up, you old whore.
Wow,
She's
just
an
say
old
her.
whore.
That's what you are, Tammy. That's exactly what you
Taught
are.
everybody how to be an old whore.
Huh. I don't know about
Spread
that.
them legs for everything and everybody.
You
Fuck
sure
yes,
did.
she did.
You sure did.
So I'm tired of this. Now that I know what's went on, I'm really fucking pissed. I'm really fucking pissed. They have been running. This is what's been going on. I had no idea. They turn. Greed will do a lot of things, won't it? Greed is a nasty fucking thing. This is why people hated me so bad. It was my kids
she
saying
probably
shit.
is, Danny. You know how she does.
It was my kids saying shit. I never done shit to my kids. Anybody that really, and the people that know me, God knows, there's no fucking way I would.
There's
It's
nothing interesting in her
ridiculous.
comments, so I will turn those. That way we can just see. Is it just my chat and not double? I wanted to
Tara
make
Renee,
sure of that.
I don't care. You have disappointed me so fucking bad.
Wow.
Never in my mind did I dream my daughter would talk about me.
Wow.
I thought we were best friends. Ain't that stupid?
She learned from you.
I don't care now. I don't give a fuck who you are. You do this much to a fucking country, you can get your fucking ass
Drop
peeled.
kicker.
You know what I mean? You this is right. I'm gonna get off here, but I'm gonna tell you something. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't give a shit who you are. You lie about me and say these nasty motherfucking nasty ass things about me.
Welcome in, everybody.
Trust me, it'll turn back on you.
Hit the
'Cause
like
you know,
button if you get a
everybody knows
chance.
me knows damn good and well I've never done a bad thing in my life like that.
Sub if you
But
haven't
I never
already.
would. The children are, my God.
You know,
I
you ruined them yourself, Tammy.
But as
So,
Joanne as a coach their whole life, you know, and I was so naive to it. So naive to it all.
if you'd have been a mother, nobody would have been but you.
My dad
bum.
knows that's true.
Your dad is
Fucking old witch.
gone. Your dad is
Fucking
gone.
old hag. Fucking old bitch.
That's you.
Fucking old hag.
That's you.
Planned it my whole life. She was working with Dawn Myers as a child, as little bitty. I remember
will.
Dawn and them coming over. Yes, she did.
Oh,
So you
she
tell
needs
me
to
who's
go back
behind
to
this.
Missouri for sure.
They've been planning it and scheming it their whole life. Dawn fucking Myers.
Beautiful trans woman.
Joanne fucking Watson.
Welcome
Just like I said
in,
at the
Mike
very
Jones.
fucking beginning.
Oh, it's got me crying almost.
She's the one that was working with the FBI. The one that set up all this shit.
Hey, you're funny. Like and subscribe,
Joanne and
friend.
Russell.
We
'Cause she
cover
was
her.
behind it too. Adopting the new kids. I ain't doing this shit. I ain't doing no lies.
Sorry, my kittens are going nuts. She
This
feels better.
government's getting shut down. This government's behind it all. And you tell me how nasty that fucking is. How they planned all this shit for how long? You sick motherfuckers. Because I was a very happy child. And I very much talked about everything as a child as I do
Beautiful
now.
trans woman. I'm
But they
dead.
shut me up.
Deceased.
They beat the fuck out of me. Beat the fuck out of me. Beat the fuck out of me. But you know what? It prepared me for everything I'm facing today, didn't it? I ain't scared of a fucking
awesome.
thing today, am I? But grooming my kids and shit, no. Fuck you.
That was good. That was a good one.
Fuck you. Fuck you, government. Fuck you, government. You crossed a line, you crossed a line, you crossed a line. See, when my daughter ran me off, she just happened to get a brand new fucking Jeep at the same time. Fuck off, fuck off, Fuck off. Fuck off. I go back up here. Fuck off. Thieving motherfuckers, fuck off. Don't give a fuck.
She did not. She did not know Dawn when she was little. Sorry, I was just now reading that. No, she didn't. She claimed she did, but she didn't. You got to remember, her daddy was a holy roller preacher. They started out in Arkansas. They started out in Oklahoma. Then they went to Arkansas and a little bit in Missouri. But they never knew Dawn. She didn't meet him till later, and that was online. Yeah. But this is part of her lies. Just like, Pete being dead. She's told, and somebody messaged me the other day and said, she's told me all of her kids are dead. And I was like, no, like none of them except for the one she unalived years ago. And then I had to give them the entire lore on the whole thing. I don't even know how they got my email address, but they did. Which is fine. It's my, the one I've never ever, well, I did use it when I was in high school, but I kept it, but never used it regularly. Hummingbird, welcome in. My kitten was going nuts. Did you hear all that noise in the background? The little kitten I just took to the vet yesterday? Boy, she's definitely feeling better because she's having a whole come apart back here. I love that for her too. Lord, that's her going nuts in the background. I think we're right there. There we go. Exactly. It depends on which delusions.
I don't give a shit who you are. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't.
Hummingbird, I don't know if you know, like, yesterday her daughter made like a whole thing. Didn't make any content on it because Tammy went live for 6 minutes. It was her eating beef jerky and slapping around being disgusting. Oh, thank you, Just Jay. Yeah, it's weird. This is off. I'm so ADHD. It's wild. Absolutely. Thank you, Jenny. You're the best. Yeah, what happened was, I don't know, because I was reading online, it could either be bacterial infection or hormones. And, because she's 7 months old, I've got her an appointment to be spayed, but around here, because we're so overrun with animals, whether it's at the vet or someplace that just spays and neuters, everybody's backed up, and her appointment's January 7th. Well, all of a sudden, she was acting all lovey-dovey like she was going to go into heat, and then that stopped, and her mammaries and or what you would say breasts started swelling, and I mean talking swelling big. And I called and made her an appointment. Well, I couldn't get her in to see a vet until yesterday evening, and they swelled really big, and she didn't act different. She didn't act bad. She didn't act sick. None of that. She just couldn't get around as much. She was still eating, playing, all the stuff. She just couldn't run and knock stuff over like she's doing now. She was still jumping baby gates, which is real weird for me because I'm like, wow, you shouldn't be able to do any of that because they were swelled really big. I Googled it, right? And it either said it could be a bacterial infection, Sandy, or it could be just hormonal where she was trying to come into heat and wasn't ready yet. So I was like, okay. I live in the country too. And our closest vet's like 30 minutes away. Well, me and Heath took her to the vet yesterday. The soonest they could get her in was yesterday at 4 p.m. And until then, I kept hot and warm compress on her breast, and I gave her triple antibiotic ointment on the sites that looked inflamed, right? With the tomcat once fixed, will they stay inside? That depends on their personality, Davia, because I had her brother fixed. But from what I read, they can still impregnate a female up to 6 weeks after they're neutered. But I kept them separated. You see what I'm saying? I put them back together after the 6 weeks. Nobody told me that. I just Googled it. But it depends on your cat's personality. If you have them inside and neuter them, they may choose, and my mom has a spayed cat and she loves to go inside and out. So it really just depends on their personality. But if you intend for him to be an inside, yes, I would neuter him and then keep him inside. Even though they say male cats have sprayed, none of my male cats have ever sprayed. None of them. And I had them spayed, or not spayed, but neutered when, at an appropriate time. But the little girl, I'm still waiting to get her appointment because it seems like the appointments for the females, they have them booked up so much because they're the ones that have the babies. Good morning, Sandy. Sorry I didn't say all that to you guys. So anyways, her appointment's January 7th. But when that popped up and came up, I was like, oh my God, I worry about that, Well, it took us, like I said, more than a week and a half to get her an appointment. And that time, her breasts swelled significantly. And then they started to go down. Yeah, they just don't wander as much when they get neutered. You're right. It's because that instinct isn't there to look for a female. Yes, Just Jay. You're right. So he's neutered and he's fine, and it's her brother. But like I said, they can have either what's called a fake pregnancy, or they can have just hormonal issues, or it could be a bacterial infection, which can cause their mammaries to swell. Hers swelled so bad. I was like worried. I was stressing, all the things, That's her running around right now being crazy in the background. I mean, she's going nuts. She's chasing a piece of, hey, Crackers Whack, good morning. And so Heath and I took her yesterday. We waited forever, by the way, because, we got to drive 30 minutes. And our vet, who's been a vet for 40 or 50 years, goes, I've never seen this in my life. Even though we looked it up online, and it is not like everyday common, but fairly regular, because of hormonal issues. And he gave her an antibiotic shot and told me and Heath to bring her back today, this evening, to give her a shot. And he will probably also give her a hormone shot. I want to make sure that I can get her spayed sooner than January 7th, because I think it's a hormonal issue. So it could be hormonal or bacterial, even though my house is clean. I was reading where they can just get bacterial in any old type of way. And he didn't stay with us long, and he didn't charge us. He just said, come back. Told me it's gone. What's been removed? Tammy deleted her video. Oh, yeah. Well, this is at the very end. Let's see if I can play it and keep it going.
No matter who it is. I am pissed.
This is a video she just did, the live. But her daughter came on yesterday and was talking to me and her, Tammy, and all the things.
I mean, they came up there laughing like they knew something I didn't. It was funny.
No, she usually doesn't.
A big scheme and scam of theirs, you know what I mean?
Just like she says about her son.
No, I'm not. Okay.
Well, Tara's watching my stuff because she goes, and trust me, I won't be coddling her, which was what I said in my last video. So, she watches it. She'll see this. And I know she will today just because of all the mess that happened yesterday.
No, and that's how everybody cared,
Yep.
They'd leave me out here to freeze to death. They wouldn't care. Wouldn't care one bit. Wouldn't care one bit.
Okay, I will rewind this real quick, but I will go to her current live. If I can rewind it, it's still there, or should be. Yeah, let's see. Oh, she did delete it, though. But mine's up. It's on there. Oh, no sound. Do you know that? I think YouTube is doing that to her. I really, really do. Yeah, I got it, and I could rewind it, but then when I went to rewind it, it wasn't there. But I got the entire thing. The whole thing. And Tara's watching it because of the video Tara posted yesterday. She said, don't worry, I won't coddle her, in quotations, which is exactly what I said about Tara doing. So, hi Tara, good morning. I know you're watching. How are you? Virginia Possum. Hope you're well. See? No sound. Let's see here. You know what I will do? 1 minute ago. Yeah, she did delete that. That's gone. Yeah. Once I end this, you will be able to watch it because I paused her and then finished the live. So I've got the entire however many minutes of it. Bonita, good morning. Jersey! Sorry, guys. But I was talking about my kitten in the middle of it. She's doing much better. Today I take her back for another shot and all the things, so she's doing a lot better. Yeah, and she's watching this too because, like I said, she's quoting all the things I said, and she quoted it to me in the comments. Let's see. Because she tagged me in a bunch of them. Tara tagged me in a bunch of them. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, this is her video.
Okay, a couple things. I'm Tara. I'm Tammy's daughter. Hi. I'm just gonna say this so maybe you can come to terms with it. She is not my responsibility, okay? What she does is not my fault. I have nothing to do with it. And Tammy, if you're watching, Devin, Shortica, all those people that post about you.
Whoops.
I have nothing to do with them. I don't talk to any of them.
Yikes.
Okay? So they are not my responsibility. What they do is not my fault, all right? I'm just here worrying about me and mine, the same as all you chronically online people should be doing, all right? Do I think what she's doing is right?
Danny, totally.
Absolutely not. I do think that she needs to get offline and take care of herself. Yes, I do. I'm not going to force her. I'm not going to sign no paperwork. I'm not going to make no phone calls. If she wants to bad enough, she will, okay? And that is on her. She is a grown woman, all right?
Now, did you hear? She's not going to make any telephone calls, and she's not going to sign any paperwork, which I told you that, guys, that the other day. Not yesterday, but the day prior on Sunday.
And for the people that get upset, because I love her, she is my mother. Do you love your mother? That's what I thought, okay? Also, about the sending money and the whoever's disabled cousin sent her my mom money.
Not disabled cousin.
She did not steal that money from your disabled cousin.
Yes,
I hate to break it to you. Don't give your disabled cousin money because they obviously can't be trusted.
Guess what, little lady? Let me tell you what. Sometimes disabled people get a check that people do not have to be accountable for except for the person getting it, which includes the recipient, which was his aunt, living in a group home. She was not required to have a payee. This was her making friends with and sweet-talking a mentally disabled person out of their account information. Just because they are disabled does not mean that people are not, that they're delved out money or somebody gives them an allowance. It does not work that way, young lady. Have you looked things up online? Have you studied and investigated? Simply Sophie. Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. She mentioned me and Devin, which Devin is the niece of Tammy, and that's Tara's cousin. She made a whole post on it, which is this right here. Yes, she needs to have her mom admitted, but she just said, I'm not signing any paperwork. I'm not calling anybody because it's not her responsibility. Okay, well, if, just like if your parents get elderly and they get cancer, are they not your responsibility then? I would take care of my mother. All the things. It is illegal to lie about stories and get money from others. Yes, it is. You're right, Virginia. She does. Virginia Possum. Absolutely. But, she called me and her niece, or not niece, her cousin Devin out specifically. Oh, Tammy, I can't control what they say. No, but you can. You got to remember, this lady says she can and will hurt somebody. Oh, you should read the comment. The comments are absolutely crazy on here. There's like 57 comments on here. I will just read the ones where it was she and I on there. Because she said I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Tammy. You know what I mean? I'm absolutely obsessed, supposedly. Tequila. And she was Tequila was just saying, basically, she's going to hurt somebody. You really need to do something about that. And I said, a mentally disabled aunt, not a cousin, got a monthly check and wasn't required to have a payee over said check. So no one could quote, give and or take her check from her. This is about awareness, so no one else gets taken advantage of. And I will continue to do so for all the young kids in chat who look up to her and give to her. I will do this for the kind-hearted people who scroll through her lives and who she convinces that she's starving to death and down on her luck. It's about protecting people, especially the most vulnerable. Too bad you don't feel the same. Okay, and that's what I said to her. Yeah, she thinks awareness, Sophie, for some reason, is being obsessed. Now, this is a beautiful young lady, but what she does is she rides both sides of the fence. First, she's got things to say against her mother, and then she protects her vehemently. So, And this is her response. Well, I guess keep doing God's work. But if you look at your page, it's as clear as day you have an obsession. Young lady, let me tell you something about God right now. I don't know how what your relationship with God is, but I'm never, ever, ever going to feel sorry or apologize ever in this whole life for doing anything in God's name, no matter how you feel about religion. Never, ever. So I'm never going to apologize for that, young man. No, I will not. You understand? I will do it in the name of God, just because we're supposed to be doing good and putting out good. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not necessarily an example to follow. I just know that what my beliefs are and how I feel and the way I will do things toward people in the name of God. Okay? To be Christian is to be Christ-like. And to be Christ-like is to put out goodness, kindness, love, acceptance. To take care of your most downtrodden and all the people that are less fortunate. And people that do get taken advantage of. And I will never apologize for those things ever, ever, ever. Okay? So that is to you, Tara, because you watch my videos, because you've been like literally, I absolutely will never apologize for loving my God, and I will go right down. You can put me in a corner by myself and everybody can be against me, and I will never ever apologize for that. I don't give a flip. You understand? Never. This little girl needs to go find Jesus. That's what's wrong with her. I told her, I said, call it what you want, but it's prevented lots of people from giving them their very last hard-earned dollar. And I can sleep well at night knowing that at least I'm making an effort. Why? Because I care about people. And she said, oh, well, somebody else responded, and she told them they were the chihuahua of the group. Well, she responded, and this is what she said to me now, because sometimes when I say stuff, because I do pray about things and I think about them, I study on them before that's why it took me a while to even say anything about it. Because this was done yesterday, like midday or like later, 1 o'clock. I had my little kitten I was dealing with. So there were things that I have to pray on and think about before I speak about them. Because I be passionate and angry sometimes, because I told you guys I come from an angry place because of my background and the things that went on. One of the things I've learned from God and trying to be quiet and shush myself is spending time with God, you know what I'm saying? And talking to Him before I open my big trap, because I got one of those, This is what she said back, because you know what? I wasn't going to argue with her. I put it out like it was. She couldn't say anything but this right here. At Shortica, or that's what she called me, but it's Shorticia. But it's okay, I don't care, however you want to say it, it is what it is. She said, I honestly have nothing against anyone, none of you. I don't even know any of you guys. I just posted this so everyone would know I simply don't want anything to do with it on either side, hers or yours. She wasn't there when I needed her, and I've always done my best to be there for her. There's a point a person has to draw the line, and this is me drawing the line. Best of luck to you all. And I said, I understand. It's not about picking sides. No one wants you to do that. We just want her to get help she needs before something bad happens, is all. This is not just a shit on Tammy fest, and it never has been. We don't approve of the things she does. And I said, and I want to protect people from that. We also don't want anyone sending her money that could or may contribute to her unaliving herself via her mental illness or drugs. I said, what a story or an impact that Tammy could have if she turned her life around. But she won't. And I said, I won't worry about, what was it said? Sending her money in drug. What a story she could have. I said, I worry about the 8 to 15-year-olds in her chat that want to be just like her and send her all their extra money. I worry about all the kind-hearted people that send her their very last dollar. We know she will never get help willingly, and that's where we're coming from. We do wish you all the best, And her very last message to me, because I wasn't going to go back and forth with her, guys. I could not go back and forth. Because I know me, if I get angry, I'm going to say things that I don't mean to say, and things that, when I pray for things, I just want to be able to say the right stuff. When I come on here every day, it's not about what I want to say. It's about what is laid on my heart to say. You know what I mean? I have a lot of human emotions toward Tammy that is not like godlike or biblical. But the things that I try to put out and say, I try to make sure that they're laid on my heart by God. I mean, again, no matter how you feel about it, this is my beliefs. This is how I feel. These are my convictions. And she said, P.S., you won't catch me coddling her. And coddling her. Her and I both know those days are gone. Good luck to you all as well. Because she's watching the videos I make, right? Because I said that in one of the very last videos I made. And I won't go any further in that because I don't want to give her any more attention, because in a way, I do feel like she is looking for the attention that, Tammy's putting out, or the attention that Tammy also seeks. You see what I'm saying? So for me, I had to wait a minute before I could say anything, because if I say something, exactly, Simply Sophie, because I know me. I come from an angry place, from a not great background, and when you get older and know better, you do better. And I had to get older and know better and do better, because I would fight somebody at the drop of the hat. I would cuss somebody out at the drop of a hat. You know what I mean? And I had to put that down, and that was really hard for me. I didn't even want to get married to my husband for the longest time because I was so angry, and he spent time sticking around and being with me to wait till I was ready. And so I had to wait around before I could really respond. Yeah, she's definitely just like her mom in that aspect, for sure. And so for me, I'm not a perfect person. I say things, I do things. I am not an example to follow, but I try to do better every single day. And before I responded vocally and come on live to respond, I had to do a lot of praying and sitting in with myself. I had to read some stuff and spend time alone. I mean, again, we had to take our kitten to the vet. We had a lot of things we went on that we did. Tara just made a whole video, to Devin, her cousin, me, and her mom about, you may have to replay it, but I don't know if I can pull it up, but, let's see if I can pull her thing up. That way you can look at it. For me, it's one of those things. She did a live and it was quiet. So I do think that YouTube is censoring her. Before I came on and said anything ugly, I had to sit down with God and spend some time alone. That's really hard for me sometimes, because it's easier for me to jump on here. It is. It's really hard. And I had to, and I got to where I wasn't angry about it. So when she came on this morning, I felt a lot better, and I felt like I could address it without being really, really, really angry, because when I saw it yesterday, I could have, my face could have, exploded. But I knew that was time for me to sit and talk to God and do the things that I needed to do before I said something about it, Because I don't want to say, I just don't want to say, hold on, I'll give you the thing. This is her at. I don't necessarily want to play it again, but there's her at. If you want to screenshot it and go look at the comments. And the, Lindsay, good morning. Yes, I'm telling you, Rosalita. And I'm getting better as I get older. That's one of the things I thank God for every day. I'm getting better as I get older. Much better as I get older. I'll never, people say, I would love to go back to when I was younger. I wouldn't. I would never want to go back to when I was younger, because I was not I'm not a perfect person. You know what I mean? But I'm doing better. I've always had a kind heart, a soft heart. But those are the things that I had to sit with God for before I could come on here and say the things I needed to. I don't know her relationship with God. I can't speak for it. I can't vouch for it. I can only do and speak for my relationship with God. And I do believe that the family is damaged. I do think they fall right out of the same apple tree. That's the thing with Tara. She's always been a mother-like figure toward Tammy. No, Pete's not a scammer. However, somebody I know on here did send him $100 just for his family. But he did have a private, even though he said he wasn't talking to her. Yeah, she did call Tara, and I'll say it, a cum sucking gutter whore. Yes, she did, several times, numerous times. And that's definitely not Tara. See, I can speak the truth on both sides. That's definitely not Tara. No matter what what Tammy wants to say or any of the things, she's with her husband, and that's the way it is. Tammy, you couldn't stay with yours, and you admitted to being unfaithful to yours. But Pete did get money because we've had people send him money. He didn't ask for it, but it was sent. But then again, there he is, even though he was telling us he's not talking to her, which is fine. It's his mom. But it's like, if you don't want to continue with this or whatever, just say, look, that's my mom. I don't want to carry on. It is what it is. When Tammy released the messages, that just shows that they were all in a group chat together. And he was there too. She deleted his messages because she didn't want what he said to be seen. And Tara is the new whipping boy, since her father has passed away and mom is getting older. She knows she's going to have to find a new villain to her story. And that is just, unfortunately, the way it is. And, Tara was telling me that's why they released her when she went on that 5150 the very next day. I'm like, no, they didn't. I have all the videos. Tammy's got the videos on her channel. She was gone for the full 3 days. She goes, no, she wasn't. I'm like, yes, she was. That's how much you're not paying attention, young lady. That's how much you are not paying attention. Obsessed? No. But I do keep a clean record, ma'am. And I will always keep a clean record as of to that, okay? And by the way, part of that video was her going in there and getting Heidi out of the rescue. And the lady said, well, for 3 days of holding would be $25. This is what her daughter posted. Tammy didn't really go live yesterday. Long story short. Sorry, guys, my hair is crazy. I'd put my contacts in and was pulling my hair up when she went live. But this is what I'll play the video. This is what she said.
Okay, a couple things. I'm Tara. I'm Tammy's daughter. Hi. I'm just gonna say this so maybe you can come to terms with it. She is not my responsibility. Okay, what she does is not my fault. I have nothing to do with it. And Tammy, if you're watching, Devin, Shortica, all those people that post about you, I have nothing to do with them. I don't talk to any of them, okay? So they are not my responsibility. What they do is not my fault, all right? I'm just here worrying about me and mine, the same as all you chronically online people should be doing, all right? Do I think what she's doing is right? Absolutely not. I do think that she needs to get offline and take care of herself. Yes, I do. I'm not going to force her. I'm not going to sign no paperwork. I'm not going to make no phone calls.
Of course you're
not.
If
she wants to bad enough, she will, okay? And that is on her. She is a grown woman, all right? And for the people that get upset because I love her, she is my mother. Do you love your mother? That's what I thought. Okay.
It is not about loving your mother, young lady. It's about doing what's right. You can love her all day long, and you're supposed to. That's your mother, weirdo.
Okay. Also about the sending money and the whoever's disabled cousin sent her my mom money.
Aunt in a mentally disabled home. Listen to what she says about this.
She did not steal that money from your disabled cousin. I hate to break it to you. Don't give your disabled cousin money because they obviously can't be trusted. All right?
Guess what? People get a check that don't require a payee. Nobody had to give her money. That was the check she was entitled. Tammy reached out to her, took advantage of her, and talked her out of her checking account number. What if that was your son? What if that was your daughter that was disabled? How would you feel about that, Tara Renee? Would you be okay with that then? You know, you're only required a payee if the government says that, hey, you are not well enough and you need a payee. Okay?
And if you have sent her money in the past and you think you're going to get it back or you want it back, you're not gonna.
Yeah.
Don't learn a lesson. Don't send people money online. All right? Get off of her page. Stop watching her. Stop asking me to do stuff because I'm not.
Yes, she is defending her. Absolutely.
I don't care. She's a grown woman. She will do as she pleases. All right? And yeah, that's about it. I hope I covered everything. But yeah, leave me out of it. All right? I barely even talked to the lady. I barely even watched the lady. You guys are obsessed with her. And it's sad. I feel sorry for you guys just as much as I feel sorry for her. Like, get off your phone. Go touch some grass.
Sounded just like Tammy, didn't it, Danny?
Be obsessed with something else because all you're doing is fueling her fire. That's it. And coming to me or asking me to do something about it, I'm not going to, okay?
Of course.
I don't care.
Why?
And I'm sorry. I know it pisses my mom off, and I know it pisses you guys off. But I don't care, all right? I don't care what you guys do, and I don't care what Tammy does, all right? I'm, like, already over it. So I think you guys need to get off your phones, Tammy included, touch some grass, go on a hike or something. Okay.
You know what I think? I think you need to quit telling people what they need to do. And I think you need to open your eyes what the reality is, okay? If your mother hurt someone, yeah, that makes gonna make you responsible, young lady. Yes, it will. Because you have been warned. Everybody has been warned. Sometimes in life, ma'am, young lady, you get responsibilities that you didn't ask for. You understand? You've already taken on being like a second mother figure to her, getting her a cell phone, doing all the things, sticking up for her. Even, and not just that, she stuck up for her in a TikTok live and to Christine in private message too. Okay? So, you know, if you're going to stick up for her that much, then obviously you sound like you do want to be responsible for her. That is why we reached out. It is not about hurting your mother. It's not about being mean to your mother. It's about getting this lady the help she needs that you even said she needs. Nobody is obsessed, first off. And let me tell you what, little lady, I'll tell you this right now. Just like I said earlier, I'm never going to apologize for covering this lady and this scammer and this evil demon and protecting people. And you can mock God and say, well, continue doing God's work in your little comments. And guess what, ma'am? I will never apologize for that. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you understand? Never, ever, ever will I apologize for that. Praise the Lord. Thank God. I thank God every day that I am in the position I am to do things and talk for people that cannot talk for themselves. Yes. This won't reach worldwide, but this will reach the few people that can see it, that will see what's going on and not give her their very last hard-earned dollar. There were people, guys, and I know you know it, that they were dying of cancer that gave her their very last dollar. Kids 8 years old to 15 that were giving her chore money, looking up to her. This is not like me who just has right under 500 subscribers. This is about your mother that has 40,000 subscribers and a way bigger audience. Okay? All right, young lady? And again, it took me a while to sit on it because I'm not going to come on here angry and jump on anybody because I could have said a lot of ugly things that would have had you crying in the corner, little lady. But that is not how I do, and that's not what I do. And unlike you and everybody else in your little corner over there, I'm going to sit with God before I come on here and speak about something. So, yeah. And what about the fact that she talked about your husband being a pedophile? Okay. What about she called him a pervert? Okay. I know you saw all those videos because you were literally quoting everything I say in quotes in your comments. So I know you watched it. Let me tell you this right now. I love my parents. They were not the greatest parents when I was growing up, but they're wonderful parents now, you understand? My husband is probably the best person I have ever run across. I would not be able to lay the burden down of being an angry individual or an angry person. Because I'm telling you now, I would fight Jolly Green Giant. I would. I'm telling you this. That's my cat. I love that she feels so good. But because of him, and God, I was able to lay a lot of angry things to the side. Oh no, I love them cabinets. Oh, for real, she can decorate. She's beautiful and she looks beautiful. That's nothing against her. I'm just saying her choice of the things she chooses to condone and or not to condone, and the excuses she makes, are not really valid. Or not. They're really not an excuse. In life, sometimes you get responsibilities you didn't flip and ask for. Oh yeah, the personality. Yeah, just like Tammy's, very entitled, very self-serving, self-righteous. Oh, me and mine over here. If you believe in God, any of that, it's not about me and mine. It's about us. It's about all of us. Okay? And my parents were not great. And I choose and have chosen to do different things in my life and not be like that. They're great people now. They were not then. Which means you can break the cycle and be different than the people that raised you. You absolutely can. And if somebody said something about my husband, I would fight you right now. Because my husband is hands down 1,000,000 times better of a person than I'll ever be in my whole life. I couldn't get down on my knees and pray enough and be the person my husband is. For real, though. I could not get down on my hands and knees and be as loving, accepting, and forgiving as my husband is either. And if somebody come at my husband like that, I'm telling you right now, I would absolutely go to war, and I would take it right from here to hell with you. I would. And people that have a great husband would. And I think Tara has a good husband. And I would, for 1 minute, not 2 seconds, let my mother, and I love my parents. But do you think if my parents said something about my husband? Absolutely flipping not. My husband's number one. You say something about my husband, you're out. Mom, dad, everybody. Period. Because my husband is a really good person. He is no matter what anybody thinks of me, my husband is the absolute very best part of me, period. I am nowhere near the human being that he will ever be. When you think about God, it says submit to the church and submit to your husband. It is a perfect example of what my husband is. I will never be able to be the person he is. I will always strive to be in the same league as he is. Also with prayers to God and to be, as much Christ-like as I can. Him first, my husband second, my family third. And that's how that goes. And I don't know about her husband again, but I do think he's probably just by getting rid of Tammy and running her off, because that was the husband's decision, from what I understand, not hers. Has more sense and more capability, and you can be feminist this, feminist that, but that's why I say, or why the Bible says, you should look to your husband for guidance, because they are like the head of the church. Exactly. Because we have really good men. Like Jersey has a good husband. Savage has a good husband. It's not even just about having a husband. It's also about having the figure in your life. Like if you had a dad, that was a really good example of what the head of the church should be, which is Christ was the head of the church. And read about it. We're like the bride of the church, submit to your husbands. And that's if and when you submit to your husbands, when they have God in their heart, the best intentions in their heart, as far as God, mankind, and for you. That's when you submit willingly. Because then they know. And unfortunately, not all women, not all people subscribe to that whole way of thinking. But when you have a really good one, or like I said, a good father, you could have a good brother, you could have a good mentor, Oh, yeah, you do have the best daddy and the best husband. And it's about being a good person and following God. Sometimes I feel like it isn't like a bash woman session, but sometimes I feel like women are way emotional. We're way too emotional. And sometimes we need that grounding of a good male figure in our life that follows God. And I think that's why the Bible says submit, in my opinion and in my interpretation. Take that as you will, take that as you may, take it, leave it, like it, love it, hate it, whatever. But again, this young lady here, I get she loves her mother. And you could have a great mother that plays both roles too, my mother also played that, but she, my dad, again, she played that as long as my dad was not around emotionally, doing the drugs and things he did, until he got clean. But, you can have a great example of God. And that's what it means, just to be able to have that stable, necessarily unemotional example of the church and of God to submit. And you have to think level-headed. You can't come on here guns blazing, because I wanted to so bad. These are the lessons me, myself, have learned. Me, myself. I mean, I can't speak for everybody else. But I just know I was a very angry person, come from an angry place. And I have learned a lot in my life, being 43 years old, that I have to sit around with God before I respond on hot button topics or things that really get me tore up and excited. And did it get me a little bit, antsy? Yes, but I really thank God that I wasn't like just absolutely angry, ready to do ugly things, because back in the day I would have been, Well, and I don't blame you, Tara, at all. I mean, but I want everybody to do good and be happy. I don't want anybody to be happy or unhappy or put their lives on hold or do any of the things to disrupt their life, But in the end, we also have to do the right thing. And sometimes, unfortunately, whether we want responsibilities or not, they are forced upon us. That is just a charge in life. And when you live life long enough, you find that out. There are responsibilities that will come along. Oh, and I know, and Pete does feel that way. Pete is very hurt. And I feel for Pete too, and I feel for all of you guys. But unfortunately in life, we have responsibilities, and it doesn't come easy. They are decisions that we have to make that are not going to come easy. And I get if you want to wash your hands and this, that, and the third. But someone eventually is going to have to do something. She has said out of her mouth herself she's going to hurt someone. It's not about attacking him. It's just the fact that, he told us he wasn't talking to her, this, that, and the third. And obviously everybody's in a group chat. And that's your mother. Nobody can tell you not to love your mother. But you also can see things clearly as well. If mother's not, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. And we love when they come in. We want them to come in. This is not even a shit on Tammy Fest. This is about what's doing what's right. There are young kids that go in there and she tells them not to go to school and not to follow rules and not to da-da-da. Absolutely. You are supposed to love your mother. We're charged by God to love our mother. And we always will. My parents were absolutely shitty. And I won't even go into the things they've done. They've done absolutely horrific things. Society should. But Tara, that's not realistic. There are naive people. You may not be one of them and may not be able to understand that. You may not. And it's one of those things where that's why we do what we do. It's so that we can put out the word on it. I don't make money off this channel. I don't want any money off this channel. But it is about protecting kids, and it's about protecting the people that feel sorry for her. I'm afraid she's going to get a hold of money and going to unalive herself. We have been wanting Tammy to get real help for years and years and years. Sorry, guys. I had my whole hair up. I was brushing everything and trying to straighten my hair. Oh, you're all right. No, I mean, I just try to come, like I said, I had to sit with God because I was a very angry person before I come on and speak about anything or talk about anything. Um, I post videos on it. I posted a short on it, calling him a pervert, saying that she said the same thing about Dawn. She told the exact same stories, and I did 2 shorts on both of those. I have a lot of videos, so it's really hard to go back and look on it. Just like the 72-hour hold that we got all videos on. She claimed that when Sarah was there in Texas with you all, that your husband was down there with Sarah, on a golf cart down by the creek or the river, and she knew what was going on. So she jumped on that 4-wheeler and rode down there because she knew that he was going to go down there, and I'm not even going to say it, but do something absolutely heinous. And I don't know you guys, but I know for a fact that that's not true. I know for a fact that's not true. And that's just how I feel about it. She said the same thing about Dawn. She said she had Sarah there, and that he was down by the creek or the river on a golf cart, and she had to drive down there in a 4-wheeler to stop what was going on there. Yeah, but she also said it about your husband as well. I did a short on it too. If I can find it, I will, but I have done so many videos that it doesn't categorize anything enough or well enough for me to just pull up a date. But yes, I did 1 short where she was talking about your husband, and then like a week later, she said the exact same thing about Dawn. And from what I understand, y'all have never been anything but nice to her, accepting, loving, Pete as well. That's another thing I really don't enjoy or like, is the fact that she has said several things about you all's grandpa, who was a decent person. Now, nobody's perfect. That's not saying this man is perfect. I'm just saying that, it's ugly. Those are some of the things that just should not be said. And like some of the things Devin said, she didn't really talk a whole lot of ugly about her either, if you watch all those videos on TikTok. I mean, she just told the stories, according to her and what she, has going on, or what she knew according to her perspective. But yes, she did say it about Dawn. But first, this has not been long ago. This has been about 2 months ago. She said it about your husband, and then she turned around and said it about Dawn. And then when I tagged her in that video next time, she blocked me specifically for that one, because she's blocked me and unblocked me a couple of times. Oh, I totally understand. Look here. This is no crap on you fest. It's just, we just think that if something does not happen, she has said herself she's going to hurt somebody. We're afraid she's going to hurt somebody. We have stuck up for you guys many a times. This is not a shit on you or Pete Fest. It's just if somebody doesn't do something, I mean, I'm afraid she's going to unalive herself. She's going to die cold in that truck. She's going to run over somebody. I mean, these are all the things, and that's another reason why, I'm never going to be sorry about this. I do this in the name of the Lord. I will never, ever be sorry for that. I hope she gets help. We want her to get help. When I first saw her, the first thing I did was pray for her. And I saw her on TikTok, And yes, I mean, this is not a downer on you either, young lady. We want you to have the best life ever. And you look like you're having a great life other than this. We want, in the end, I would love to see her to turn things around. She's got a huge following. Do you know what she could do if she turned all this around? Hey, Govin, how are you? That's it. This is not a shit on Tammy Fest. This is not a shit on you guys Fest. We would just like things to change. We would like her to do better. We would like her to be better. For her, for you all. I mean, crapping and trauma dumping on y'all's grandpa or your grandmother or on you all. For some reason, you're the big bad wolf, Tara, and I don't know why. Because Pete said all you've ever done was love her. All you've ever done is mother her and be good to her and be kind to her. And I commend you for that. Look, I had shitty parents when I was growing up. They're great now, but they were shitty growing up. And you did a lot of things that I did for my parents before they turned their lives around. No, I do understand why you helped her, and I get that. I've done things for my father. I got him, I paid his fines, I gave him a car, I did all the things, But sometimes when you know better, you do better. And I do think that when, you know better, things change. And I know that it's hard. Nobody wants to, go get paperwork and have their parents put away. But I think a little therapy for her and a little medication could go a long way. And we do understand that. This is not just we're being crappy or whatever. There's a lot of people that don't have the understanding that I do. A lot of people that do go the far right and say, if you're not doing anything, you're the problem. But I do know that it is a double-edged sword. I know that when it comes to your parents, it's hard. You don't want to do all the things that are hard and put them away and turn them against you. But I know that 99% of the things she has said is absolutely untrue about you and your husband, about Pete. I mean, I had people message me just yesterday. I didn't even know her kids were alive. She said the government killed off her kids. And I'm like, no, her kids are alive and well. At least 2 of them for sure. And it sucks, but I had to get I'm going to be honest, I had to sign my dad into a place. And it took me a long time to do it. He wrecked several trucks. He ran into someone's home, almost killed someone. And I didn't want to do that because I've always been a daddy's girl. That tore me to shreds. But that's exactly what turned his life around. Did he not talk to me for a little while? Yeah, but hell, we didn't talk to each other anyway for a while. And again, this is not being ugly to anybody or anyone. We just want better for her. We would like for her to, for sure, stop taking advantage of the kids. The reason why we know there are kids in her chat, we've got several people here in our group that do the research and research these kids, look up their YouTube, and they are children. They range from 8 years old to 15 years old, which is what her target audience is. Mine are grown, but could you imagine if you had kids her age that were able to go online and watch her, and they think it's the coolest thing ever, Yeah, and honestly, she's really ugly to Heidi. I think because she squatted at that rest area for a long time, she could have had her an apartment a long time ago. Why did you not give you an apartment a long time ago and try to live a semi-decent life, even if you still made money off YouTube? I mean, that's just me, and that's what I'm saying. And I'm a Christian, and this is not just a shit on anybody fest. This is, I want people to do better and be better. Sometimes doing better and be better, you have to do the hard things. You have to do all the hard decisions. I know you don't want to. I didn't want to either when I signed my father away, and he had to sign his mother away because they were both mentally not good. Not your kids. I'm talking about kids in general. The kids that are in her chat are anywhere from 18 to 15 years old. They are looking at her like she's like the best thing ever and giving her money. And I'm sorry, I don't think that's a great example to be following. These kids are looking at her and following her in school. They're looking at her in school. Oh. I mean, those have been alleged. I don't know because I've not seen any proof on that. Yeah, I mean, it's just not good. I mean, we hope better. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm still gonna pray for her every day. I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks about that because that's just how I'm gonna do. Yes, it has been said. Yeah. And it's been said since the TikTok days. That's why when it's been talked about, it's been said to be alleged and not like anything concrete. Because again, I don't know that. There's not any charges. There's not anything to that, Yeah, yes. Don't shoot the messenger, yes. Well, I mean, all you know is what's been said, too. I don't like to necessarily put things out unless I know. That's why I say, these things are alleged. We don't know that for sure. It's like some of the things Devin said. That's why sometimes when I play those, she's had firsthand knowledge of what little she knows. And, like her family. I can't speak on those things because I'm not her family. I can't speak on the things that I have seen. And I know that it's dangerous. I know that she said a lot of things, and I just hope that it turns around. I hope things get better for everybody. Yeah, and I don't think it's the marijuana. I'm going to be honest. I really don't think it's the marijuana. I think she's getting a lot of money, and there's no bills being paid. So I worry because that rest area, like has been said, when I called and talked to the guy, I talked to the cop, and he said that rest area is one of the worst ever. It's known for prostitution, drugs, and crime. Any kind of that you can think of. And that's exactly why I think she wants to go back there. I do think she does hate you because you're happy. And honestly, I do think she's jealous of both of you because you all are living a better life than she is. I've said that several times. And Pete as well. Pete's had many obstacles, but he's still managing to live a good life. He's got a good wife. He takes care of his kids. He works hard. All the things. And she is very upset about that. I think she is jealous and hateful because that you guys kind of had the life that she could have had but just chose not to. And that's not y'all's fault. That's her. That is definitely a her thing and not a y'all thing. And I know, look, my parents are real messed up. I won't even get into it. It's some not good stuff. And I understand where you're not greedy. You're trying to protect yourself. And there's not one damn thing about that being greedy. Sometimes you do have to put your foot down. And like my dad, he was bleeding me dry. No joke. He was bleeding me dry, stressing me out. Hell, I was losing my hair. Now I got so much hair, I can't even straighten it in 1 hour by myself. But no joke. I had to tell him, look, this is it. This is over. And when he wouldn't quit, sorry guys, I got to put my dogs out real quick. And when he wouldn't quit, I had to have him put away. And that 2-year stay was the best stay that ever happened to him. There you go, baby. Sorry, my fur babies. Had to let them out. But that 2-year stay was the best thing that ever happened to him. And that's another reason why I commiserate and I understand. Another reason why I took this on and did this every day. And I go out and touch grass. I got a life. I'm just a stay-at-home housewife right now, for the last 3 years. And I've been watching her for the last 5. When the lady that dipped out on this whole thing left, I did not want to dip out on it because I still wanted to protect people and help people. And so that's what I do. When Tammy's gone, we'll find something else to do. We'll find other things to talk about. And we still shoot the crap on here and talk to each other regularly, and we've built a wonderful community and we love each other. And I have love for everybody. I just want it to be better. I want her to do better. I just wish she would not talk to the kids like they do. And it does. It pisses me off she talks about Pete like that. Well, Charlie looked it up for Pete, and she said all you have, from what Charlie said, is if you go to the courthouse, draw up a few papers, and have a couple of signatures, they can just, that won't be forever. I mean, it'll be for a little while. Maybe she can talk to a therapist that will be able to get through to her. And I get that it's exhausting. Everybody's got kids, everybody's got jobs, everybody's got lives, and it's really fucking hard to put your parents away. I know this because I did it. Not only did I testify against them to have them put in prison, but I also had to have my daddy put away 3 years after that. That stuff is not easy. It is not easy. But I had to do what I had to do because if I didn't, he was going to end up hurting somebody around him. And that's another reason why it is a very hot button subject for me. It's very touchy. Yes, that's her daughter. And I know that it's just easier to, and I know that it's been hard. When you have a parent like this, yes, there is a lot of work. It isn't just a call, but we did check, and you can go to the courthouse. Okay, I'll tell Charlie because Charlie has a open communication with Pete. They talk about regular everyday stuff. She works a lot, and her and Pete BS, and they talk and they send what they're cooking back and forth. Pete's a funny guy. And I'm glad that he's doing good and being good, and I'm glad you're good and doing good. And we want her to do good and do good too, be good. We want her to live a good life. We know Tammy is still going to be Tammy in the end. She's still going to have her personality. We just want her to be able to, possibly turn her life around a little bit and not hurt somebody. Because she's on the verge of doing something. And I know that doesn't sound like it because she's been doing this for 5.5, 6 years now. But it would be nice for her to eventually to be the mother. I know that she's burned a lot of bridges. I know that she's hurt you guys in a lot of ways. She may not be able to come back and resurrect like if she was there the whole time. Yeah, and that's why after the 3-day hold they let her out. Because, your mom is really good at telling them, hey, everything's fine. And people are great at masking it. My dad, I had to sign papers and he had to be in there for 6 months before he'd even say anything was really wrong. And they got him on the right medication. And after that, and that's been, God, 15 years ago? And it was a really hard time. And is it hard? It sucks. It really sucks having to do it. But I don't regret it. He needed that. He thanks me all the time. But I will have Charlie. I'll talk to her because I talk to her regularly, and I'll have her talk to Pete because I don't have her contact information, and I don't want anybody giving anything out. I have Pete's number, and I don't want to put any of that out. I want all the right channels to be done because, we don't want to. Yes, Rosalita. Yeah, we don't want. Yeah, that's exactly, simply Sophie said, I'm afraid something bad is going to happen and Tammy will end up in prison. I agree. And I'm going to be honest. I don't care what anybody says about Tammy or how they feel about Tammy. Tammy has got a personality. Yes, she does do a lot of fake. I've said that several times, that I do think there's a little bit of mental illness. Like you said, there is some personality disorders, but a lot of it is an act to do what she needs to do and get what she needs to get. Yes, I totally agree with that, Tara. Absolutely. I totally agree. But I know that if she had the right situation, she's got the personality, she's got the following for it. The difference I feel like she could make if things were turned around. No matter what anybody in my chat feels, this is how I feel. These are my opinions. I've said it several times privately and amongst other people. Yes, that's another thing I worry about struggles, is that she does have so many people that I am afraid she would convince someone to do something. Yes, she did run over that lady in the parking lot. And that's another thing she can't see. She hit that one boy over here in Laurel, Maryland in the Corridor Marketplace. She needs a place to be. She needs a place to get her life together. To deal with herself or issues and to be on a little bit of medication. This is not about putting anybody in prison or locking anybody away. Well, yeah, she hit her. Yeah, she hit her. But, that's a kind of a big deal when you're in a parking lot and you bump somebody. That's scary as hell. It'd be scary to me. But we wish all the good things. We don't want any of the bad crap to happen. I don't want any of the bad crap to happen. And that's what I've built everything that I've built it on. Again, I don't want any money for this. I want people to do good and be good. I want children to be protected. I want, we got a lot. I didn't realize, honest to God, I did not, until I started doing this online stuff. There are a lot of really kind-hearted people that will just give money. My brother OD'd and died. If the internet was around, it would have happened a lot sooner. Because he would have definitely had a wonderful platform to reach from. He would have. And I did not realize how many kind people there are. It's not about just And I encourage people when they come onto my channel, I say, look, if you feel like, because I've got people that have come from her chat that said, if it weren't for your channel, if it weren't for your videos, I would have given her X amount of dollars. You know? I always tell them, I said, look, be careful who you give money to. You don't know who you're giving the last dollar to that could end their life. I know that because my whole family has been drug addicts. My brother died because he was a drug addict. You know, the more money you give them, the more you put that, so to speak, gun in their hand, to their head, you know. And that's why, you know, it's about pushing somebody to try to get a little help and also protecting the people that really want to do something nice for somebody. And to do good for them, you know. And she does need some intervention. She does need those things, but she's not going to get those things willingly, is what we're trying to say. Those things will never be done willingly. Oh, we know you're not necessarily, look, it's your mom. It's kind of flipping hard not to, in a way, even if you don't realize it, you know. But there are ways that it is a tiny bit gray. You know, you can do some things and you can be commiserative for her and have feeling for her and still do the things to get her help, you know. But I'll talk to Charlie about it because Charlie did a lot of research on it. And if it's not that easy, then it'll just not be that easy. But it would at least be good to get the information out to you, to Pete, to you guys. And it's never easy, guys, no matter what you say in chat, to put your parents away now. It's just never not. So you just have to, you know, hold a little hope, hold a little grace, and hope that something good will happen along the way, you know. So that's all we can do, you know. I mean, we can put the information out, and we can give education and hope that, you know, or give good information to the people that can. And that's the thing, nobody else can do anything but you all, you know. Like, I don't know if her mother would do something. I don't know if, yeah, I agree, struggles. But, you know, it's just one of those things where you guys are the only people that can do something. And if something doesn't happen that way, either she's going to unalive herself where she is, or she's going to hurt and unalive someone else where she is as well. You know, it's not going to end well. And honestly, there's no talking to her because she does not want to talk. Hey, Jersey, I hope you have a safe trip. Hope everything goes good at your doctor's. Yeah, absolutely, speak your mind. I mean, that's what our chat is for. You know, and we got people of all different opinions in here, and that's okay. The world spins on different people and different mindsets and different opinions, you know. We, hey, Aria, how are you? But, you know, that's the thing that's our goal, is just to hopefully try to help get her some help, alleviate some of the things on the family, alleviate some of the things on the people she affects. I mean, we could all walk away from this today and not affect us. But for me, my conscience is not going to let me do it. My life has walked too closely in hand with the things that she's done and the things that she, you know, has put forth. And I don't think she sometimes realizes the things she does. I think she does some of it, a lot of it, but not all of it. Love you, White Tiger. Love you all. I don't mean, you know. And all we can do is fight a good fight every. You said Heidi. I almost said Heidi in Jersey. Nicola, how are you? I haven't seen you in forever. How is that tooth doing? Hope you're good. Yeah, and you know, we've seen her. No matter, it's not that I don't think she cares about Heidi, but we've seen her one Sunday go from Sunday to Thursday only feeding her scraps. When she had a Famous Dave meal and only feeding her bones. I mean, the poor dog doesn't get out of the truck very often at all. And that's another thing that stresses me out too, because It's one thing if you're going to go on this mission, but it's another thing to keep a big dog kind of cooped up in the truck over it, you know? Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where I had to put my dad away. And I had a lot of people telling me prior that I should have done it long before I did. And I'll never regret doing it. Did it suck? Was it hard? Was it fucking awful? Yes, it was. You know, to me, but I had to do it. And I did it. And it was not like a walk in the park. And we don't even bring it up now. Because I know my dad is like, it. You know, he even told me just once, though, that it happened for the best. Oh, I mean, nothing happened to her. She's still, you know, at the rest area and stuff. It's just Tara, her daughter's in chat. We're just having a conversation back and forth. All the things, you know. And it does suck. Because, unfortunately, you know, I was put in the same situation. You know, you have to make sometimes hard decisions. And I did have to. You know, like I said, I'm 43 years old now, and the things I had to do were awful, but again, I don't regret them now. And in my mind, I feel like I definitely should have done them sooner. Because sometimes, unfortunately, and I think Tara knows this more than anybody, I had parents that I had to be parents to. You know, when you have a mom or a dad that's going through that, you know, like my dad, like I had to pay his fines. I gave him a car. When him and his girlfriend would get into it, I had to go get him. You know, I mean, that stuff is hard, man. That stuff is hard. It's not easy. And working a full-time job, I'd have to leave work and go get him, you know, because she'd be threatening to call the law on him and all the stuff, you know. And it's hard when you have to parent your parents. That stuff's not easy. It's definitely not an easy road to walk ever. It's not fun either, guys, and if you've never had to do it, it's not easy. Okay, love you, Jersey. Have the best day. Please be careful. But, I mean, it's just not. You know, it's not easy. And that doesn't make excuses for anybody. But I do know it's not easy. It's very hard to start, too. It's very hard to put it into motion. Because you don't want to have to do that for your parents. You don't. You know, in the back of your mind, you think that maybe they'll get help if they want help. But they just sometimes don't do that. And my dad did not do that. And, you know, my mom was in trouble and she got out and she had to do her own thing and get her life together. You're right, Rosalita. You had to be a parent. You did. And that stuff is hard. It's not easy, especially when you got littles at home. Mine are grown. I ain't got to worry about it. Or didn't have to worry about it at the time. Well, I did. They were little, but not that little. They, you know, they understood. And I always had a partner. Yeah, you know, I'm an all right person. And I won't even say a great person. I just try to be better every day because, you know, I believe in God. And I was a very angry fucking person, I'll be honest, guys. I wanted to fight people. I wanted to cuss people out. I wanted to rage all the time. It was not good. It was not good. And those are the things that I wanted to do. That's why it took me a while. And it wasn't even because of her response. It was because of my response. Because you can always respond to things in a good way without letting things trigger you or bother you in any type of situation. You know? I didn't play Fortnite because I was born in 82 and that wasn't around, Aria. But Struggles plays it. They're gorgeous. I love that color. And the black border. I'm going to tell you what right now. I'm so ADHD. There's absolutely no way I could get lines that straight. That damn ceiling would be smeared and smudged all over the place. No, but I do like Resident Evil. And I talked to White Tiger about that because White Tiger plays video games. And I can't wait for the new Resident Evil to come out. But I'm so, like, ADHD. You wouldn't think so because, you know, I do this stuff online every day. But I'm able to walk around my kitchen, do things. You know, I don't have to sit still. I can't sit still anymore. Oh, those cabinets are fire. Those cabinets are fire. Are the cabinets below it the same colors too? It looks like they are. I don't think white tiger. See, look at this. Look, I have half. I won't show you the other half that's down. I was straightening my hair when y'all came on. Don't judge me. Don't judge me because half my hair is down. I'm telling you. Once I got the stress out of my life, my hair got so thick that it was ridiculous. I can barely put it up in a ponytail without it breaking I get those really long ones from the Dollar Tree, those really big elastics, and I still break those things. It's crazy. Yeah, that is a beautiful color. I don't know what that color is, but it's fire. And I've got really tall ceilings, and I'm short. If I got on my, it's all wood paneling, because this is a really old house. It was built in 32. And they were handmade, the paneling is. So I really feel bad about wanting to paint it. But I would love to paint it a color. I just know me, though. I'd fall and break my damn neck. I mean, Heath is 6 foot tall. You know, for anything, I have to have him do all of it. You know what I mean? You got legs on you. You got legs on you, Tara, so you ain't got to worry about it as much as I do. I ain't got no damn legs. I'm here to tell you. None at all. I'm like... I lied and say I'm 5 foot. I'm not 5 foot. I'm like 4'11" and a half. PS5. I don't have a PS. I have a PS4. Yeah, but those colors are beautiful. And look how straight that line is for the border. I'm telling you. Oh my God. I mean, I know I could put up some painter's tape, I guess, and paint the border and all that. I don't have the attention span for that. I would have ruined it. Tell you. Yeah, we've talked to Pete about you. He's told us, and he adores you, you know. And that's all right. You know, I'm the black sheep of my family, too. I'm the only one that's never been in trouble or been in prison. Hell, my brother's been in prison. My mom and dad have both been in prison. All the things. Legend Nebula, welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? But, you know, I mean, we want everybody to do good and be good. I mean, bottom line, that's it. We love your cabinets, you know. We hope that something better happens for Tammy. I'll have Charlie reach out to Pete. And if you guys decide you want to do something, I know it's really hard, you know. That's only something that you guys... Yes, Rhonda. That's only something that you guys can... And, you know, Pete, it's like he wanted to, but it's almost like he didn't really want to do something unless... I think it was because unless you were on board. And again, this doesn't have to be for a long time. I think we had my dad put away for like going on 2 years. But part of it was medication that he had to get situated on. And the other part was therapy. He had to get situated on that. Oh, he's your baby. You love him so much. He is sweet though. And he's got a good wife. I'm glad she loves him like she does. And you know, she's reached out and talked to us too. And you know, they work hard, you know. Life is hard, especially when you got kids and stuff. It's just fucking hard out there, y'all, you know. Texas is beautiful, too. Hell, at least you're not in Tennessee. Good gravy. It was like 28 degrees here, and I'm so sick of this, I couldn't stand it. Oh, Tara's beautiful. Tara could be a model, for real. Actually, the whole family's beautiful, you know. I think a lot of it is... Yeah, oh yeah. He's a good guy. He's got a good wife. You guys both have good spouses. I think that's why it really extra pisses me off because she said, I did a short too, where she tried to tell Pete his wife was cheating on him. I'm like, you've never even met the girl. You don't know anything about her. Why would you say that? When he's got somebody good. Be happy for them. Please be happy for your kids when they're happy. Oh, you're in Texas, Rosie? Lucky. Yeah, you know. Well, she's taller than me for sure. Absolutely for sure. You know, I'm sure she had to get on a ladder to paint them cabinets. But good God, even when I'm on a ladder, I still can't reach the ceiling. I know. It's sad. Again, I lie and say I'm 5 foot. I'm not. Heath is like, please don't get on that ladder. Beth, please don't get on that ladder. So I'm going to get on the ladder. He's like, don't you get on that ladder. I'm going to get on the ladder. I'll pull the ladder out and he'll take it away from me. Because he knows if he doesn't get on it, I'm going to. Yeah. I'm only, like I said, I'm only 4'10", I think 4'10" and a half. So really it's closer to 4'11", but I lie and say 5 foot. You're 4'11"? Oh. I wished I was, girl. Yeah, you're not tall, but you're tall. My mom's 5'7". But 7 inches is a lot. Well, wait. 5 foot. I'm 4'10.5". You got about 8.5 inches on me. I'm going to go ahead and call that a foot. You're like a foot taller than I am. But I can't get on this ladder. If I get on the ladder, I'll climb to almost the top rung. I still can't reach the ceiling. Heath is like, you're going to break your damn neck. Please come down from there. And I'm like, well, then you better get on the ladder and do it, you know. Southeast Texas. I'm in Southeast Tennessee. Oh, you're taller than both of them, huh, Tara? You're taller than everybody? I know Pete does look a little short. You're 5'9"? Good God. Why don't y'all give me some of them legs you got? Because that shit ain't fair. I need me a little bit of leg. Tall. I don't understand. Oh, no, we're just talking to Tara. Tara's in chat. It's Tammy's daughter. We was just having a discussion with her, and Tammy did a live, and she was talking about, you know, how she's going up against her kids, and how it's Joanne working with the FBI, the normal stuff. And we was just talking about how I know it sucks. Like, you know, I had to have my dad put away, and sometimes, unfortunately, you got to do the hard things. I didn't want any of that responsibility either. But I had to. I had to sign papers and have him put away. It was... Stuff's not fun, guys. It's not easy. And it's always easier said than done, you know. Miss Robinson, how are you? I haven't seen you in forever. Yeah, but look at them cabinets in the background. We was giving Tara a hard time because she's got longer legs than we do. Last time she was here, she was... When she first got big on TikTok. Yeah. Yeah, and she stayed in... And she moved in with you. You guys were always really good to her. And I don't understand why she's got to say something ugly about your husband or Pete's wife or anybody. I mean, or even... I don't know if the story even with Dawn is true. Because Dawn said that, you know, once she moved in over there and he figured out what was going on and the things she was saying about Hemlock being a parasitic demon... he had to get rid of it, you know, had to get rid of that and her. But of course, that's where the whole thing took place, you know. Girl, Tara, you should, this is one of the things, we went off on her several times, calling you every name in the book, you know. At least you stay at home with your husband and take care of your kids and family, I mean. And, you know, she's chosen to go out and have a good time and live her life. I asked her to leave and give her money. I asked her if it was enough. Well, I mean, you did what you did to have. I mean, you got to realize, people, too. You know, you got to do sometimes what you got to do to have some peace. And, it don't make it easy. And not everybody will, understand that, you know. And people will feel however they will feel on it. And, you know, just like me, I probably should have done something about my dad a long time ago. Because all he did was keep the roads hot and flip his truck. And he even ran into a house. Luckily, nobody got hurt. Call me for help. I mean, I know you got her that phone. I mean, and you got her a good phone. And then she turned around and tried to take the SIM card out and do something with it with another phone. Hey, Bonita. You had to take your baby to school? Oh no, we're over here just BSing with Tara, talking about her awesome cabinets. And just some of the, you know, things with Tammy, all the things. I know, and that's your mom and stuff, man. I mean, it's always hard to, because you always want to love your mom and give him a second chance. Again, my dad was more hands-on than my mom. My mom was like more unfeeling and uncaring. So for me, it was more, your mom was more like my dad, because my dad was more like our hands-on life support. You know what I'm saying? Like more close to us, in other words. Mom was more disconnected. 5'5". Girl, I wish I could dream of being 5 foot. My daddy's only 5'1". Let me let all these barking dogs in. Come on, guys, let's go. Come on, babies. Lord. Yeah, I mean, all we can do is do what we can. It sucks. It's hard. Like I said, I'll have Charlie. Yeah. I didn't ask my parents to apologize either. Neither of them. Because I feel like they both let it happen. I feel like I always held it against my mother. I felt like she should have protected us. And then I was really extra angry with Daddy because he was more connected and closer to us, It's always hard. Definitely not fun and not easy, Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we all got feelings, and it's all right to say how you feel. Love does hurt. I definitely would, yes. I mean, especially when you don't have them here. And that's a good thing. My dad was on a downward spiral. He probably would have been dead if I hadn't have signed him in. No joke. I mean, he wasn't just sitting in one spot. I mean, my dad was drinking and driving down the road. And if the internet was on, he probably would have been ranting and raving then. It was on, but he didn't know about it. It wasn't something that he was really familiar with, Like the same way with my brother. He was really salacious and all the things that he did. If he had the internet around, oh my God, it would have been awful. It would have been absolutely awful. However, she did do a live, and I think they're muting her because she was, they banned her for like 7 days. YouTube's kind of cracking down. I mean, again, and I'm proud of that too, because that does make people's job easier, because I worry about the kids looking at it, What do you think? Okay, why you keep saying I'm begging for something? Yeah, I don't think Tara's definitely not begging for anything. I mean, Tammy may ask for things, but I've not seen Tara ever beg for anything. But it's just, it's hard. It's one of those things where we'll have to do what we can do. And like I said, I will have Charlie give you a contact or whatever. Sorry, video mode. Video mode, sorry. But, I mean, it's been hard. It's been a struggle, with everybody. I mean, I think we've put a lot of time in it. Just because, because of what little that we know and the people that we know, and the things that have happened, all the stuff. We hope she gets help. I want her to get help for sure. And things turn out better. And it's not even, I don't even think it's an online thing. I think if she could be online and not inside all the things, probably wouldn't be so bad. But sometimes I think the internet's horrible. I really do. Well, all right, my friends. We'll hop off here. I got to charge this device. See what's going on with that. Well, I know she'll be back on before long if she hasn't already. But I'll have Charlie give Pete some contact information. Again, I'm not going to give anything out online that need to be done that way. I'll have Charlie do all the things, because Charlie has done a lot of the research and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate you coming in and chatting. It's a hot button thing, and people really feel a strong type of way, about it. It's been one of those things. Yes, we've spent a lot of time on it and got emotionally involved in it, but I think it all comes from people caring and people, with a good heart. It all comes from a good place. And we understand it's hard to, have your parents put away and all the things. But unfortunately, sometimes in life, we get handed a lot of shit that we don't really want handed on to us. But I appreciate you guys. I love you all. I hope you have the best Tuesday ever. And just remember, life isn't perfect. We're not perfect. And all we can do is do the things we can to make the world better. Make the situations better, life better. Take care of each other. This is a holiday season, so you guys be sure you call somebody and check on them, okay? This is the hardest time of the year, really. Hold the door open for someone. Remember, though, when you're out and about and you're talking to people, that it's the only thing somebody could be seeing of Christ. Oh, yeah, I think she's definitely jealous of her kids, and I hope that one day, maybe, she can get it together and get everything situated. I hope that for everybody. I'm always going to come from a place of goodwill and having a good heart, But you got to remember, unfortunately, life is hard, and it comes with hard decisions, and there are things that are pushed on you that you just have to do, unfortunately. But I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you on the next one. I appreciate you being here. You could be anywhere, but you're here. And you're here for good reasons, and you got good intentions in your heart, and I appreciate y'all. Good, bad, or indifferent, I appreciate everyone. And it's valid to us, and we appreciate you. Yeah, we'll pray for everybody. Everybody needs it for sure. Remember, guys, all the good things, do those for yourself. If you don't take care of you can't take care of anyone. And remember, if she goes live, I'll go live. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. See you on the next one.